Welcome back, sexy amp nerds. Excuse the noise, we're getting fibre to our houses installed, so roadworks galore. Oof! 2-channel, triple rec. This is a Rev G, this is the later one, big logo, IEC cable on the back. Popping fuses. I think, well, I already know what the problem is with this one. I shall show you. Bear with. Round the back of the old girl. That's a lot of glass, you may say, and this is true. There's 150 watts, so you require 6 L6s or 34s, 6 L6s in this case, or is it? Rectifiers, 3 of them, triple. It's also got silicon diodes, so maybe this is actually a quad rectifier. No, I'm being silly. Right. Popping fuses, 6 L6s. Yes, they're mismatched, but let's ignore that for a moment. 5UA4, 5U4Gs. Sorry, got some old Russian ones in here. 6L6, 6L6. What are these? They don't look like 6L6s. Oh dear. Now, customer sent this to me saying popping fuses, and whilst it was in transit, he said, can you check what tubes are in the back of that? Because I'm missing the rectifiers from my tremor verb. They were in there. No wonder it was popping fuses. So, I can't really do much with this right now. The customer has ordered a sextet of Sovtech 5881s for me through Carltone. Bless him, the best. When I get them, I shall put these in and bring it up on the Variac and just take our time. Hopefully no damage has been done because the fuses have been blowing. This should be a simple one, but a lesson. Look at the label on your tubes before you put them in. Hopefully this has not been catastrophic. We will see. Back in the dual, triple rec. Valves are turned up. Let's have a quick look inside this particular one. There's our output tubes. That job has already been done for me. I was going to put the bias mod in, and yeah, they've lifted the original bias resistor, fixed one, the fixed value, and they've put in the resistor and the adjustable pot. Not a bad job. I like the fact he's left the original there, just lifted it. If you want, pull that out, put it back in, original, back to stock. Very nice. It is a tidy job. Nothing wrong with this. I will power it up without any tubes in it, just to make sure it's not popping any fuses, because like I said, pretty sure what it was is because it had the rectifiers in where the power tubes should be, which will then short out because the pins will be different and it'll be shorted across and it'll just blow the fuse. So because it was happening instantly, shouldn't be any problems there. So let's get some valves in it and see how she chooches. Barring the background noise, this job might give us actually something useful to talk to you about. So getting a matched sextet of 6L or any valve can be tricky in this day and age. This is 2022, valve shortages, blah 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 blah. Now, so the customer, I got the customer to contact Carltone to get the get some Sovtech 5881s because they are my favourite tube, or 6L6 style, because they're strong. Now, Carl didn't have a matched sextet or even a quad, so the guy knows what he's talking about, and this is absolutely fine, especially on an amp like this. So we've got a pair of ones that pull 26.2, a pair that pull 24.5, and a pair that pull 23.5. So we've got a few milliamps difference between them. This is not a problem on amps such as, if you've got a 50 watt where you're just using a pair, this is more of an issue. But when you're using something that's 100 watts or like this, 150, what we're going to do, we're going to balance them across the 6. So It actually works in two halves. So where am I? We've got over here, these three, they're the rectifiers. So you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and they're split here. One will be the push side and one will be the pull side, the push-pull amp, the balancing of them. So how we're going to arrange this is we're going to divide these up across. So for instance, what we'll do, we'll put this pair 26.1s in the middle, then we'll go the next ones up. I'm going to put one of the 24s there, so 26, 24, and then the next highest ones I'm going to stick at the outside. Because they're the ones that pull hotter, I'm going to put them further apart on the outside. So this is how we balance it. So what you'll get they'll actually then match on the push and the pull side of the amp. Do you understand? It's fairly simple. So if I was to put, say let's put these middle ones in this side, but then put these two medium strength ones on this side and these two on this side, they won't be balanced. You're going to have this side pulling less current than this half of the amp, say side or halves. So what we'll, like I said, what we'll do, we'll just split them evenly across the 6. This way, each half of the power amp is pulling the same amount of current. So yeah, if you've got mismatched valves, it's not the end of the world. Say on 100 watt. So on 100 watt, I would again do the same split. You'll find if you follow, you see the brown wire, it's the plates on one side, and then it's the blue wire. Ignore the red one. That would be the center tap. The blue wire is the other half going through the output transformer and giving you the high tension. So yeah, that's how that works. There you go. Something of value in this video. Quick and dirty with the triple rec. It's being picked up in the next half an hour, so I need to get shifty on. So orange channel set to be orange channel vintage, gain 1-ish, treble 3 between 230, mid just behind middle, bass just a bit there, presence there, masters up. So we've got some volume going through the reactive load into the helix with an IR of oversized Mesa cab with vintage 30s, mic for the 421. See, I like the orange channel. I could use it for rhythm, but what I do like about it, it's a very vocal lower mid. go. Red channel. Early 90s, eat your heart out. It sounds like a recto, and being the triple, it does have this. Alright, I'm using a reactive load, but it's not the same as a dual. It really isn't. There you go. It's going to be a short one. What a great amp. I really don't want to give it back to the customer. That's a great example of a dual rec or triple, but that it just sounds like early 90s. Put that with a 5150 and you've got all the 90s metal tones you could ever need, really. Who needs a boost pedal? 81, dual rec, a good right hand. Sod your tube, screamer.